Okay, hello everyone. My name is Fasichul and now I want to explain and I want to presentation about the sexual violence on campus. Okay, let's go to the presentation. First one, we will talk about what is sexual violence. According to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, sexual violence is an act of degrading human dignity that result in misery or causes physical, sexual, and psychological suffering to the victim. The act of sexual harassment and violence that are condemned may all party do not only occur in vulnerable zone, but also often occur in educational institutions which hold before of human and civilized value. Okay, next. Sexual violence on campus at Indonesia. In higher education institutions, there are even indications that cases of sexual harassment have recently become more widespread. Sexual violence and sexual harassment on campus can occur because the abuse of power positioning the performer to a higher level until it feels like it can control the superior position. Based on annual record data about violence against women released by National Commission Against Women Violence or Komnas Perempuan shows the number of reports from 2016 until 2019 has a significant upward trend, and it keeps increasing. In 2020, almost 5,000 cases. Okay, this is some example of cases of sexual violence on campus. This is I put the 3 example of sexual violence on campus at Riau University, at Sriwijaya University, and in the Brawijaya University. Okay, next, what is impact from sexual violence? Sexual violence can have psychological, emotional, and physical effect on a survivor. There are long-term and short-term impact of sexual violence on overall health and well-being. Common emotional reaction include guilt, shame, fear, numbness, shock, and feeling of isolation. The psychological effects of sexual violence have been linked to long-term health rates of behavior. Reaction can transform PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder and eating disorder to anxiety and depression. Physical impact may include personal injury, concern about the pregnancy, or risks of contracting an STI. Next one, what is the solution of this problem? In order to deal with the increasing prevalence of sexual harassment cases in higher education institutions, the Minister of Education, Culture, Research and Technology Regulation number 30 of 2021 regarding the prevention and handling of sexual violence in higher education has recently been issued. The regulation, which was signed by Minister Nadiem Makarim on August 31, 2021, will take effect from September 3, 2021. In Permendikbud number 30/2021. In addition to stipulating the threat of sanction for perpetrator of sexual harassment, it also regulates effort to provide assistance, protection, and recovery for victims of sexual harassment within university. For perpetrator of sexual harassment in university, they are not only threatened with administrative sanction, but also sanctioned in the form of dismissal or permanent dismissal. Okay, this is conclusion from my presentation and my explanation about the sexual harassment and violence in Indonesia, covering up that it is impossible for sexual harassment to occur on campus will only make the threat of this humanitarian act more widespread. On the other hand, by being open and even opening complaint channels to anticipate possible act of sexual harassment effort to prevent this from happening will be more likely to be realized. Okay, thank you so much, everyone.